Hi, I'm Derek, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 systems that you can implement inside your business to help give your construction clients an amazing experience. So, a very important part of running a successful construction company is managing your construction clients, making sure that they're having an amazing experience, that they're in the loop as far as what's going on, and they're not getting out of control with asking for a whole bunch of things or making your sites messy or screwing up your schedules, what have you. So we're sharing with you 4 different systems that you can implement inside your business to help give them an amazing experience, as well as some mindset at the end of how you should be thinking about when you're doing conversations and just interacting with your clients. So jumping right into it, number 1, expectations. Very important. For me, when I was running my renovating business, after we had a contract signed, we had the agreement in place, and the project was anywhere from a few weeks to a few months out, we would do a sit down together. Nowadays, you could do Zoom as well, but essentially I had a welcome document, what to expect document, outline kind of the whole process of how the company works, what their expectations can be throughout the project. Having this as a system inside your business of getting the expectations and all the information needed to the clients right from the beginning just helps solve so much issues that come up later. Essentially just telling them, this is the times we're going to be working. This is what you can expect in your house as far as, being dusty or garbage or the guys, different people in and out, different contractors, how we handle payments, all that kind of stuff. So just run through with them. Make it kind of like a presentation, make it, exciting as possible, but essentially just getting everything out in the open, giving them a document. You can even have them sign it if you want, just to show we went through this. So anything comes up, this and this, we've talked about it. So managing those expectations really early before you even start the project, super essential. So that's system number 1 that you can put into place, just a solid document and then going through the expectations. Number 2. So number 2, second system that you want to set up in your business is just all your different documentation. So having a selections document, agreements, of course, change order documents. So just getting all those documentations up to a good level that you can manage them and you have access to them, your clients have access to them. Everything's, black and white on paper and very clear. And having those selections done, having any, information needed, all of that design and everything done before you start the project, and give them the deadline. Say, I'd love to start your project, but until you tell me, what the paint colors are, which plumbing fixtures you want, work with either your designer, another designer or whatever, just having all that information before you press the start button on the project. So important. So that's number 2 is getting all your documentation systems in place. Number 3. So you're not the only one who's going to be, driving the client experience in your company. It's also going to be your staff, right? Everyone from the new hire who doesn't know how to swing a hammer, to your construction managers, even your general managers, depending how large your business is. Everybody in your organization is going to have interactions with clients at some point or another, or your client's at least going to see them on sites or have some sort of interaction with them. So train your staff, tell them what's acceptable, how to talk, how to present themselves when they show up at a place, knock or ring the doorbell, or how to, greet different people, what kind of clothes they should be wearing just to make sure that they're very professional, all those kind of things. Train your staff, how they should answer the phone, how they, if there's an issue that comes up, if a client starts asking about schedules or payments or money or why they're doing this or that, who they should refer them to or how they should answer that. So training your staff to essentially create the experience that you want for your clients that you would be, providing yourself, but have them be able to provide that same level of service, that same level of communication. So that's number 3, train your staff. Number 4, so final system, and then we're going to get into a little bit of mindset, which is just as important as the systems, although the systems, once you have these up and running, it's, you create that consistency in your business. It removes a lot of headaches for you because now you don't have to be putting out fires everywhere, this here and there. It's like, it's written down. We went through it. You have a system. Stop the problems before they become problems later on. So getting into number 4 is the weekly updates. And this could be like daily communication, but at the very minimum, weekly updates. Update your clients of like, this is what we did. This is what's going on. This is what next week is looking like. You may not want to share like day-to-day schedules just because things can change and so much can go on. And that's another thing that should be in the expectations is, this is construction. Sometimes guy doesn't show up or supplier's late on their material order or whatever, right? So give them a synopsis of, this week we did drywall and we taped it, and it's gonna next week, it's gonna be another 2-3 days of sanding out, and then we're going to get into priming or whatever, right? So whatever kind of service you provide, give them some sort of updates regularly, keep them in the loop. If they understand like, okay, I know what's happening, they're gonna be a lot less like picky or prying or, just feeling outside, feeling like they don't know what's going on. They're out of control essentially of like what you're doing with their place. Some clients might like that. They're like, just go get it done. Most want at least something though. So making sure you have a system to regularly communicate with your clients what's happening on site. So that's number 4. Getting into number 5, bonus of a little bit of mindset. So the mindset with clients is honesty, transparency, accountability, all those great sounding words, but aren't always really brought up or defined by a company, by staff, by clients. So what constitutes honesty, what constitutes transparency, how much are you going to information about your personal, inside the company, and the structure and the money that gets exchanged, which trades you're using. So all this kind of stuff, you want to be as honest as you can be as possible without providing so much information that it's overwhelming or not really necessary. It's just going to, open up a can of worms essentially. But as far as the clients, if they're asking questions, it's much better to, even if you've made a mistake or even if you haven't and they just are really prying, to be upfront, transparent. You know what? Hey, my guys didn't show up. We were trying to cram out another job that we're just finishing up. I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to be at your place for 2 days. Really apologize. I don't like this came up, but I wanted you to know about it right away. Stuff like that, right? Things come up, honesty, transparency, and take accountability, right? If you screwed up, if your guy screwed up, if a supplier screwed up, just let them know and carry on. And just always be sure that they know that you're on their side, you're working for them, with them, that you're going out of your way to make sure they have a great experience, and that you're doing your utmost best as a company to provide that. So if you get those 4 systems in place, get that mentality in place of being honest, transparent, and accountable, you'll be well on your way to providing amazing client experience, and those clients are going to want to refer more people to you and more business to you. If you want to get more systems inside your business, check out the link in the description, free course on how to start systematizing your business, why systems are so important, which systems you should start implementing, all those good things. I know as construction company owners, myself included, when I started, it was just how fast can you work? How fast can you get things done? Busy in the business, but not on the business. And once I discovered how to start implementing systems inside my business, everything changed, came so much easier. I was starting to elevate myself more, in management, get off the tools, get out of the day-to-day, start creating a business that worked without me. And that's what it's all about. With creating systems is that you can essentially start handing off the different systems, start building a business that isn't reliant just specifically on you. So hopefully your clients are super happy and excited to work with you and you give them amazing client experience. I'll see you on the next video.